even if he was 50 million, there's an issue.
He was touted as a promising prospect though.
By who?
Haaland 2.0.
No, but Haaland's different. No, you can't do that with Haaland. Haaland's different.
I'm not gonna bother doing the prop for him because he hasn't done anything to kind of like deserve protection.
Haaland.
I think what he's done is kind of like run a lot. So he runs the channels. He'll hassle defenders. He'll tire himself out. So he'll put in effort. So the idea is he puts in the effort, but is he getting on the end of chances? Not necessarily scoring, but is he getting into the right positions? And I don't think he does that frequently enough. But again, I don't think it's as bad as you say that.
But again, this manager, sorry, man. Lens. There's a comment for you, man. 1 second.
I wouldn't even put that on the screen.
Why did it said white instead?
Man said I got a speech impediment. Disrespect.
It's that stiff Brummy accent. Big up, salesman. It's that stiff Brummy accent, man. White instead of wide players.
I've been listening to Uma too much.
But no, flipping. But the thing is, with Højlund now, no one can tell me, that he's ever gonna be worth 72 million. Never. Even if you look at his previous history, he wasn't doing anything at his previous clubs to warrant this sell. And obviously, I understand the market has gone up, but to spend 72 million is shameful, to be honest with you. It is shameful. And again, he went 15 games without a goal, but it's give him a chance. Garnacho played 30 plus games. It's like he played well. But Sancho, let's get him at the club, even though he's got pedigree in the game. Ahmad, is 1 game away. He might even be this Brighton game, but Ahmad is 1 game away from this manager dropping him and putting in Garnacho, and that's the issue.
Yeah, can agree with that.
Big up DOA salesman. So what I really want to hear now is predictions for the next match at Old Trafford. Will Liverpool win on my next visit to the Valley of the Shadow of Death?
That's a long way away, man. Was it game 5?
Game 3.
Okay, game 3.
Game 3. Salesman, me personally, I think if Man United can, obviously there's been talk about Ugarte. If Ugarte can get in that midfield, or if they can get another couple of midfielders in there, then I think United could, again, it depends on what team he picks. And again, it'll be interesting to see if Ugarte does come in, what he's going to do with this midfield, because someone's going to have to give way. And again, Casemiro for me played well against Fulham and against Man City, and Cas will have to start if he plays well against Brighton. And if Ugarte comes in, he'll probably put Ugarte on the bench and go with a Kobe and a Bruno midfield. But then if Ugarte does start and Cas does start, again, what's he going to do with Kobe and Bruno? He's going to start creating problems. But for me, I think I'm looking at a 1-1 draw for that game. United-Liverpool. 1-1 draw.
What about Alex?
1-1.
I say we lose.
Huh?
I say we lose.
You reckon we lose, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
What, at Old Trafford?
Yep.
For me, it depends on who he plays. That's what I'm saying. If he plays the wrong lineup, if he tries to go with this Mason Mount, Bruno Fernandes crap, we lose the game. If Harry Maguire's playing, even though Maguire played very well against Fulham, I'm not sure. Again, we already said Garnacho. if he starts the game, I'm nervous. So yeah, but I'm gonna go 1-1 draw, man. Lens, what about you?
I think we'll win either 2-1 or 3-1. I think maybe 2-0. I think it's going to be hard for you guys to score, but I think what I've seen from my manager so far, if something's not working, he's tactically astute enough to make the right changes, and he's not afraid to make it early in the match.
Yeah,
and from what if you've seen the difference between the first and second half, like when he spoke about it, everything he said was on point. When he came and said, "Look, if you guys aren't winning your duels, there's no point talking about tactics." And he got a response from the players. So, and if you look at the response, that was some sensational football. So, if I'm looking at what the manager's done so far and how he's translated his ideals to the team and the standard of play that we have, if I don't predict to win, I know it's at Old Trafford, which is a bit of a weird place for us to go. I expect him to win his first, the first derby against United. Put it that way.
But personally, I wouldn't be surprised if United did get beat. I wouldn't be shocked. But as I said, I think if he can get Ugarte or get another midfielder in for that game, and then he sets up, and then obviously he plays the players that I want to see play, then I'm a bit more optimistic. But to be honest with you,
I don't see even if you got Ugarte, I don't even see him starting that match.
No, but this is what I mean. I can't see it because again, what people not really realizing, because of Kobe Maino's emergence, he kind of he's made the Mason Mount signing look stupid because he feels he has to play Mason Mount to justify the fee he paid on him. But the problem is, if you play Mason Mount, that means you're gonna be playing without a striker.
Did you see the Liverpool? Did you see the Liverpool game?
I see the first half, and to be fair, Ipswich played well. But I think it was Liverpool's energy in the second half. You know what I mean? Which told, and obviously,
I don't think it was just energy. I think that has a massive part to play in it. But in terms of the team, the only time I could say that Liverpool were open and were stretched was off of set plays, so off of our corners when we didn't win the second ball. And
so much for your guy that was trying to keep out Lenny Yoro, isn't it? So much for him. I see him on the bench crying when he come off.
He weren't crying. He was mad.
He was crying,
that's what I want to see. He shouldn't be happy with his performance.
He was upset.
It wasn't the first half performance was not all on him, and he's gonna be upset because one, he didn't perform how he would have wanted to perform. Two, he would have backed himself to turn it around. So it makes sense if you've got any player worth their salt that they're going to. What's he saying?
The disrespect, man, gone. Yeah. 3-0 Liverpool, you know.
Yeah. So basically, he's a young player who is cognizant of the fact that he knows to remain as a starting playing for Liverpool, he has to perform to a high standard. He has to be a difference maker on the pitch, and he was losing too many of his duels. It wasn't just him, but so I don't expect any player who starts for us to be happy about coming off at halftime. So I expect them to be angry about it. That's what I want to see from my players. Basically.
The thing is, though, do you reckon Slot goes for Kwanzaa or Konate next game?
That's the only question that I'm not sure about that because Konate hasn't done anything wrong. He came back later and he started late, so it made sense to go with the more settled backline as possible in terms of who's familiar with the style of the manager. Yeah. But how quickly Konate picks that up remains to be seen. But at the end of the day, he's our starting centre back next to Van Dijk. It's not Kwanzaa. So if Kwanzaa is able to keep his place, it means that he's showing something in training and he's fixing whatever errors he had. And, so long as he's performing well, I'll make that continue. But at least I know that the manager isn't afraid to make tough decisions. And when he sees something, he's tactically astute to kind of like just give a hint to the players. Oh, just try that, try this. Swap positions here, play off each other here. Why are you playing those types of passes? So the finer details he pays really good attention to. So off the merit of what I've seen of the manager so far, I back us to win the game. Off the merit of the players, Jota's currently fit. I can see him scoring. Salah's fit and firing. I can see him doing the madness. Our midfield's playing well. Gravenberch is playing well. McAllister hasn't even really picked up yet. So I think in terms of by the time we reach that game, I'm pretty optimistic for the season in general. And that's just going by our current squad.
Yeah, I mean, I think 3-0's a bit 3-0's pushing it, to be fair. I think if Liverpool was to beat United 3-0, this manager will be under pressure big time. But I think if it was at Anfield, then you know what I mean, I wouldn't probably disagree, but I can see
I know we've whooped you at Anfield before, but because we've whooped you at Anfield before, I can see Ten Hag being way more pragmatic at Anfield.
Yeah, he'll play for the draw. He'll play for the draw. He won't play for the win. Like, so Old Trafford isn't a fortress, so coming to Old Trafford is nothing for any team.
Yeah.
Like no one cares about Old Trafford anymore. Fulham said this before they came. They were just like, "Yeah, we've been here. We won. What have we actually got to fear?" There's not a single ounce of fear in any team in the Premier League. Ipswich will probably come to Old Trafford and give us a testing game.
I think Ipswich are probably like a striker away from staying up.
No, but that's the thing with these teams from the Championship. They're not that afraid of playing in the Premier League before. Whereas they come, you know, it's an easy 4-5-0 as soon as you come to their ground, or as soon as they come to your ground. Like, yes, they're
you know what I say about
to be here.
You know what I say about Ipswich? They're well drilled.
Yeah.
So in terms of looking at a competent team put together by a manager, they'll give most teams problems if you sleep on them. And when it comes to Man United at the back, I don't know what your consistent backline looks like yet. So it's hard for me to think it would be this defensively stable. It remains to be seen. It looks good going forward on the wings, but
yeah,
man, we don't have a consistent anything. So yeah, I can't say who's going to be our consistent striker throughout the season. I can't say who's going to be our consistent wingers throughout the season. I mean, and I have an idea, but I can't say for sure who's going to be playing on the wings. I can't say for sure who's going to be playing centre mid. The only certainty I can say is Bruno's going to be there, regardless of what happens. Our back four changes too much, and that's the one place you should already know going into a start of any match who's your back four, who's starting. We don't have that.
See, that's why when you ask me about the result, my prediction has to say Liverpool are going to win. Otherwise, there needs to be questions asked because we should be winning.
Yeah. And I think as well, we've made signings. So what team chemistry do we have? Like, is the Lit playing the next game, or is it Harry Maguire? Or does the Lit come in as a baptism of fire against Liverpool? And then he doesn't have that communication level with Lisandro Martinez, and a mistake happens. Not because they're bad defenders, but they haven't got time to get to know each other. Like a famous comment that Chiellini said is, "I know Bonucci better than I know my wife." And I feel like as a centre-back pairing, you need that. And we going into that game, we ain't got that. Like, just obviously the Lit's played with what's his name at right back at Bayern and at Ajax, so they already have that kind of understanding. But does he have that understanding with Dalot? No, he doesn't. How many games has Martinez had with Shaw to really have that full understanding? They probably have an idea, but do they have that clear understanding of, if you're going to push on, I'm going to kind of occupy your space until you get back?
You know what? Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you just mentioned him. I've got my reservations at the moment for Lisandro. on the ball, Lissandro is very good, yeah. But him defending in wide areas, there's a concern there.